Now I'm going to teach you about how to get a $2,000 order. There's no such thing as a bad order. Every order is good. Sell enough spatula spreaders and you'll get your 50% pay raise one day. But the worst thing I can think of is if you had a $200 order and then that customer saw another Cutco presentation a week later and bought $1,800 from that rep because you weren't thinking big enough or you didn't show them all the options. Big orders happen when a customer buys two of the three main items: a cutlery set with flatware, a cutlery set with cookware, a cookware set with flatware, or all three: a cutlery set, cookware, and flatware. That's called the Cutco kitchen. I have 3 tips on how to do this. You may want to write these down since they're not in your workbook. First, remember that your customers have more money than you do. In many cases, your customers also have more money than it looks like they do, because some people are savers who don't want the nicest car or biggest house, but love to cook and eat healthy. Think of it this way. When you're in high school or college, $100 for a textbook is a lot of money. But when you graduate, $100 doesn't buy you anything. In many cases, you'll need $1,000 for a security deposit on rent for an apartment. The older you get, the bigger the dollar amounts get. And it doesn't stop there. I'm willing to bet that 100% of the 30 to 6-year-old homeowners and rent by choicers on your names list live in homes valued well over $100,000. Some of them might even have second homes that cost several $100,000. If you have a home valued at $500,000, your monthly payment on that home is around $3,000 per month. And that home won't even last forever. Most people move several times in their lives, and when they do, they're going to bring their Cutco set with them. Buy once, use every day, never replace. If somebody's already spending $3,000 per month just on their home, this doesn't count groceries or internet or electricity or waste disposal or hot water, any of that. Adding an extra $500 a month isn't going to be that big of a deal. If my husband goes to Home Depot and buys a $500 lawnmower or a $500 barbecue or smoker without telling me or without us talking about it, it's not going to break the bank. Second tip is this: schedule with the right customers. Typically, there are 3 types of people that buy these types of orders. First are people that entertain a lot. These are typically your older customers, grandparents, or even aunts and uncles. They're in the season of life where they're the ones always hosting the holidays, the birthdays, the pool parties, the barbecues. Their kids may be grown up and out of the house, which means they have less expenses and they've got more money for themselves. Plus, if they're a little older, they've probably used bad cutlery, bad cookware, and crappy flatware long enough where they're ready to say, you know what, time for me to get nice stuff that I love using. The second type of customer is someone who wants the best of everything. Sometimes these are people who are loaded and want Cutco everywhere because it's the best in the world. But other times it's people who live more minimalist, more simple lifestyles. They don't buy a lot, but when they do buy something, they get the very best of it. These people might drive a really nice car or truck or live in a smaller house, but own a boat, camper, or motorhome. When you sit down with a customer that owns high quality knives, like the German or Japanese stuff, and they've already spent $1,000 or more on good knives, you should get excited because it means they value quality and they've got the disposable income to pay for it.
When I go into a home and they have nice knives that they spend a lot of money on, I do appreciate that, and I'm thankful for that. I'd rather see customers in that situation, actually, because I know that these customers appreciate value.
Your Wusthof, your Henkels, your Schön
Wusthof, which is a German-made knife, a Schön, which is a Japanese-made knife, and your Twin Cuisine Henkels. And what I mean by Twin Cuisine, like the logo where just 2 people like dancing together, those are the good Henkels, because the one with the guy with the spear is like crap.
That $10,000 or $5,000 set of Wusthof knives basically becomes that $500 set of Chicago knives because people don't treat them the way that they should be treated.
Like the steel rod in their set, they don't even know how to sharpen it. It's not even a sharpening rod. It only uses it to like straighten the edge out.
I always think like, how weird would it be if your mom actually before every meal what's up, guys? You ready for steak? Like, that would be weird, right? So, most people don't sharpen every time because they don't know how to or because they're lazy.
If someone has really nice knives, just talk about the longevity and the forever guarantee and just sell the concept, not the knives themselves.
And as long as I do my forever guarantee section right, they're going to want to get Cutco because they're going to see the value in it. It doesn't matter how much you spent on knives before.
And this is the coolest thing ever. They actually did a trade-in. They traded in their year-old set of Wusthof for a signature set with steak knives.
I had one set of family that had Schön knives. Hated them. Yeah, and they're like, we're getting a whole Siggy. We need some new knives, which was really cool because I looked at them, they were top quality.
The lady had the ultimate equivalent of Wusthof, and she didn't even bat an eye. She just loved Cutco.
I think it was because they had gone dull a lot quicker than they expected them to. They'd only had them for a couple years and they were already significantly duller than when they bought them, so they bought a homemaker from me.
She had a set of Schön knives, so it was the first time I'd seen the Schön knives, and she really loved them. She wasn't going to give them up, actually, but She was more than willing to add on to what she already had.
Hey, adding Cutco to your collection will make it even 10 times better. And that's exactly every single demo that I've been in that had like a Henkel's or Wusthof. They either bought a couple pieces, like a $400 or $500 order.
People with nice knives are the people I want to see because they know quality and they appreciate Cutco.
Doing solid presentations with their best 5 customers is how new representatives have had some incredible orders. Here are the top orders for this past year that new representatives got their first 3 days working at Vector. These aren't experienced reps making these sales. These are new people, just like you, presenting to people they knew and maybe finding out that they already own Cutco or already own good knives. These customers are from all different parts of the country, proving that no matter how much money someone has or doesn't have, they gotta eat to live, gotta cut to eat. Finally, the third group that buys $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 orders. People that don't want to wait and want it all at once. You'll do presentations for Cutco owners that have everything from a few pieces to a big set. They'll see 3, 4, or 5 presentations, and they'll place 3 or 4 or 5 orders. And over the years, they'll wind up with a great Cutco collection. Some people, though, they don't want to wait years. They want it all now, and they want the best deal. We sell a lot of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000 orders to people who are remodeling or have recently remodeled their kitchen. Because if you're already spending $10,000, $20,000, or even $50,000 to $100,000 on new countertops, appliances, pantry space, cabinets, and floors, what's another $3,000 to $5,000 to have the best pots, pans, forks, spoons, and knives on the planet Earth? And yes, all-at-once buyers get the most ridiculous deals. Your manager will work with you to give them the maximum amount of free stuff they can without getting fired, especially if they're your close family friend, relative, or even your parents. Vector people take care of the family. For example, if your parents own multiple homes, maybe a vacation home, lake cabin, mountain home, whatever, and they buy a complete Cutco kitchen for their main home, your manager can hook them up with a galley plus 6 for their second home for free. Save them nearly $1,000. And that's because the more someone buys, the better deal we can give them. It's funny, mom and dad might refuse to pay for your textbooks, but they love the idea of saving money and having all new cookware, which brings up an important point. People you know will surprise you. People will tell you, we own everything Cutco makes, or we're not going to buy anything. Then they see the presentation and end up placing an order. Last year, we had 658 orders as a company that were $5,000 or more. So schedule presentations with your CSWs and follow the script, because you never know what'll happen, even if they tell you otherwise.
My mom's friends who went to our church, my mom even said that she wasn't going to buy anything or anything like that, and that they didn't have any friends, so they weren't going to give any recommendations either. But it turned into it was like a $4,000 order, and then they ended up giving me 263 recommendations of friends and family that they had just from all over.
My third and final tip to having big orders: you'll never sell what you don't show. So show everything and give them all the information. The price point of flatware and cookware is high enough where there's no talking somebody into buying it. There's no pressure involved. They either want to learn more about it or they don't. Not every customer will have something like this in their budget, and that's okay. Believe me when I say that sometimes the most satisfying sale is the one knife sale, where your customer asks you 100 questions and you have to call your manager to close the deal. There is nothing like a sale, and every sale counts. That being said, if you're at 0 in career sales and you have a $3,000 order, you'll make $400 in about an hour's worth of work. Yes, please. So when you have that same sale at 30%, you'll make $900. Imagine working for 1 hour and paying for all your textbooks for the entire year. Sound fun? Then listen up. Back to this page in your blue book. Upserving. They're not going to get offended and cancel the sale just because you showed them bigger options. When you go to buy a new car, you want to test drive the fastest thing on the lot, even if it's just for fun. The first upserve is a signature set, as these pages right here. You see the word signature in the corner? This is a great set for anybody who cooks 4 or more times per week. It's an upgrade from the homemaker because it includes the Hardy slicer, petite santoku, cheese knife, and shears. Your customer gets a choice of 10 table knives or 10 steak knives that fit in the block. And it comes with a sharpener for your straight edges, plus small, medium, and large cutting boards, so 3 total, to protect your edges. Remember, slice lines on a cutting board are good. The knife is winning, not the board. And your customer saves over $300 off the retail prices. And that doesn't count the buy now bonus. They only get 1 cutting board with the homemaker or starter sets, but they get all 3 sizes with the signature and ultimate. These things have natural juice grooves for things like tomatoes, pineapples, or when the cooked meat is waiting to be served. The small ones are good for cutting quickly on the fly. Medium for everyday use, and the large ones for something big, like pizza or watermelon or a roast. I can't stress how important it is to have the right block and cutting board for your sets. If you buy a new car, you're not going to park it on gravel or dirt. You want to show your high quality cutlery the same level of respect. The next set is the ultimate set. Our top reps call it the complete set. It includes all the basic pieces plus all the specialty pieces. Hearty slicer, sentoku, vegetable knife, cleaver, salmon knife, petite slicer, boning knife, cheese knife, and shears. Every homeowner has tools in their garage or closet, and these tools might see the light of day once a week, once a month, once a year in some cases. With Cutco, we're talking about tools in your kitchen. It's just like how a mechanic wouldn't use a screwdriver for everything. When you open your pages all the way in your Blue Book, that's your complete set. Your customers get the choice of 12 table knives or 12 steak knives. 6 for the table, 6 for the dishwasher. I have the steak knives and I love them. It comes with a sharpener and 3 cutting boards, and with this set, you save over $500 off the retail prices if you bought everything individually. And that doesn't count the family and friend buy now bonus. I'm not going to pretend it's cheap, because it's not. But this is 100% the best value if it's in your customer's budget. Cool or cool? Now, if your customer buys a set without batting an eyelash, I want to ask a few more discovery questions to see if they might be interested in some of the nicer upgrades. The first of which is the flatware. Flatware are the forks and spoons. Each setting comes with 4 pieces: dinner fork, salad fork, soup spoon, and regular spoon. But the 60-piece comes with the wooden chest and 12 matching stainless table knives. These things are absolutely stunning. Just like when you use high-quality cutlery and notice a huge difference, when you use high-quality flatware, you notice a huge difference too. Sometimes when you bite into a normal stainless steel flatware by itself, you'll notice you get a metal taste in your mouth. When you bite into Cutco's high-quality flatware, you don't get that taste. The steel we use with our flatware is so high quality, it actually makes your food taste better when you eat with it. And if you ever scratch it, send it back to the company and get a brand new set. It's dishwasher safe and matches your table knives perfectly. Give your customer a chance to check these out. Ask them, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, would you ever consider upgrading your flatware? The worst they can say is no. The reason people buy our flatware is because they'll never have to buy forks and spoons ever again. Each individual piece is forever guaranteed. Even if they drop it in the garbage disposal, Cutco will cover the guarantee. These will be the last forks and spoons they ever buy. High-end flatware can cost several $100s per place setting, and most people only use it on special occasions, so they don't even get their money's worth. This is everyday flatware. It's made of 1810 stainless steel, so you'll never have to polish it. You're actually encouraged to put them in the dishwasher so they stay shiny. Each setting comes with 4 pieces, 2 spoons and 2 forks. But the 60-piece comes with the wooden chest. It's got felt and this awesome cherry finish and 12 matching stainless table knives, and includes a 35% discount. It's our best deal on flatware if it's in your budget. What do you think? Imagine selling a Homemaker Plus 8, a 12-piece flatware chest, and being able to hook your mom and dad or whoever up with $400 to $500 of free stuff. Like, go shopping, mom and dad, it's on me. Now here's the thing to understand. You might think that someone spends $500 on knives and are totally tapped out. Like they could never afford to get a whole different set of something. But I learned when I became a homeowner that just because you tapped them out on their knife budget, they may have an entirely different budget for cookware. They might even hesitate and go back and forth on spending $500 on knives, but not think twice about spending $2,500 on cookware. Our cookware is the most unique thing we make. And that's because it's low moisture cookware. Low moisture cookware isn't like traditional cookware. It's not like cheap toxic Teflon that kills birds. Low moisture cookware is an entirely different way of cooking. In fact, most customers actually burn their food the first couple times they cook with it because they're used to their crappy old stuff that doesn't distribute heat well. Let me show you a quick video about why low moisture cookware is so much better and so much healthier than the traditional stuff.
7 things you didn't know about low moisture cookware. The first thing most people don't know about low moisture cookware is that it exists. With low moisture cookware, you can cook meats without oil or butter, and you can cook vegetables without water. Why is this a good thing? Because number 2, it means your meals are healthier. Your food retains all its vitamins and minerals because you aren't boiling away the healthy stuff. If you've ever rinsed carrots and turned the water orange, you know how easy it is to wash away nutrients. Number 3, less butter and oil means your meals are less calorically dense. Most fats cook as a liquid, but then solidify at room temperature. What effects could this be having on your body? Number 4, food just tastes better and looks better when it cooks in its own juices. Meats and chicken stay tender, fruits and vegetables retain their color. And as the cook, you get all the credit. Don't be surprised if your picky eaters actually finish their vegetables. Number 5, low moisture cookware distributes heat evenly on all sides. Bottom up, sides in, and top down. This means you cook evenly, even at lower temperatures. In fact, unless you're boiling water for pasta, you'll never need high heat. Just remember, medium to low is all you need to know. Number 6, Because of even heat distribution, cooking takes less time than ever before, even at lower temperatures. Most first-timers are shocked at how quickly food cooks, which means you can still pull off great meals at the very last minute. And finally, number 7. It's made with layered stainless steel, so you can use metal kitchen tools without any fear of scraping off your coating and getting little Teflon pepper flakes in your food. Gross. Little known fact, Teflon breaks down at high temperatures and releases toxic gases that are known to kill small animals like birds. So there's 7 things you didn't know about low moisture cookware. It's healthier, tastier, and faster. If you're thinking about upgrading your cookware, low moisture is the way to go.
The cookware is the most expensive thing we make, but it's the easiest to sell. The only reason people don't buy it is because it's so expensive. But the number one customer you want to show this to are people that care most about their health. People on your list that spend the extra money to eat organic, or that are really fit and are willing to go the extra mile for healthy living. Cooking with less oil means the food is less calorically dense and far less heavy. And cooking food in its own juices means you're keeping all the nutrients inside. Here are 9 amazing facts about Cutco cookware that I'd share if they're interested in learning more. It's best-in-class quality. It's literally the last set of pots and pans you'll buy in your life. Each piece has the forever guarantee, so it doesn't matter if they scorch earth it the first time they use it, because it comes perfectly clean and the company would replace it. But they won't need to send it in, because there's a special polish they can buy at Walmart, Target, or any hardware store that makes them look like new. They get a sample of the polish when they buy any piece. Try before you buy. With a guarantee, you can put down 1/5 of the price and try it out for a couple weeks before making a full commitment. Once people use it, they'll wonder how they ever lived without it. Cutco cookware will change the way they cook and maybe even the way they eat. It distributes heat evenly. Food cooks like an oven, 360 degrees all around, not like a stove where it's burning from the bottom. Here's a good example of this. I'm going to take my finger and put it right above where the flame is on this lighter. And I can keep it here all day and not feel a thing, because a special metal distributes the heat from the flame all over the entire pot. Crazy, right? You gotta try this. Use less water, and you're not boiling away any nutrients. Yes, you can still boil water for pasta. Use less oil. Food cooks in its own natural juices and is less calorically dense, which is why it's so much healthier. Plus, you've got Stay Cool safety handles. Pans get hot, handles stay cool. Each piece is 100% dishwasher safe, which is nice. It's about 60% of the price of comparable low moisture brands like West Bend, Regalware, Saladmaster, Wherever, and Royal Prestige. The best brands are sold at trade shows and can cost up to $10,000 for a single set. Ours are 1/3 that price. You'll see in your Blue Book that we have 3 different sets. The Accomplished set, which is the biggest one, the Dedicated set, which is the middle, and the Aspiring set, or Starter set. And customers can buy pieces individually, including unique specialty pieces, like the wok, stock pot, and griddle. Just so you guys know what happens, a lot of the times people will get their knives and then go to a home show or a fair a year later and be like, we love the knives, what else do you guys make? And then they see the cookware and the flatware and they buy that. But what the smartest customers do to save money is get it all at once, because they can get the most ridiculous deal. So I'd always back into cookware by asking these 2 questions from your demo guide. Would you ever consider upgrading your cookware one day in the next 3 to 5 years? Is it okay if I show it to you really quick? And if they say yes, how familiar are you guys with low moisture cookware? Because we make the best in the world. And then I'd watch the video we just watched together at tryourcookware.com. I'd be like, let me show you this just for fun. The worst they can say is no. And then you say, okay, great, and move on. But imagine selling a $2,000 order even one time in your career and what that would feel like. You'd literally never think about money the same way again. So that's big orders. Do you have to ever show a customer a single one of these things? The answer is no, you don't have to. Like I said before, sell small cutting boards to everybody and eventually you'll hit your top pay raises. But if you're going to be doing the presentation anyway, you might as well do the best presentation you can. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So take a lot of shots and you're gonna love the results.